Well, hello. I wanted to make a review on a particular film, obviously Creepshow, and a model from the film itself by the name of Fluffy, who comes from the sequence The Crate. Creepshow has been one of those films that I've loved ever since I was old enough to watch it, and since I was a child and saw the cinema trailers. Never old enough to go to the cinema and see it, so as soon as it came out on video and I was old enough to watch this fantastic film, it was one of the first I got, and I do admit it's one of my favourite films of all time. It's got an element of everything from zombies to yetis to people turning into trees. It's a great film. Obviously directed by George A. Romero, written by Stephen King. The particular sequence and the model I'd like to review today is Fluffy from the sequence The Crate, and as you can see, I've actually been lucky enough to obtain and get myself a great model here. I know there's a few out there that have been custom made for people, but I must say I think as it goes, this one is a superb piece. As you can see as I pan the camera around, the attention to detail, it's very worn, weathered, and you can see where it's come from, the Arctic expedition back in 1830, and where the stenciling on the front there to Horlicks University of Julia Carpenter, as it is in the movie. The attention to detail is second to none. As we pan in a bit further, you can see everything from those very piercing eyes to the contour of the mouth, the nose, the eyebrow lining, the fur, and even the teeth. Fantastic sharp and detail there on the teeth itself and the jawline. And I think the person that made this, a friend of mine by the name of Angela Nagy from Little Miss Monster Maker, I think she's done an absolute fantastic job with this. Superb in every detail. And as you go around, you can see obviously what the chains, nice furry arms he's got there, and even adding the little label there he's clutching with the crate. This particular model is fixed within the crate. It's actually one piece, so he doesn't actually come out the crate as such. It's actually all one part. Things do move on here. Obviously the lid does move up and down. He does have a little bit of movement inside, but very little, so he's actually one piece that's actually been put together. So I wouldn't actually attempt to lift him out for fear of causing any damage. I'd say this is probably one of the best I've ever seen on the market for the closeness and likeness to the original Tom Savini model that was used in the film. This one's a 1.25 scale. As you can see, if I pan back a little bit to the considerable size it is against the VHS tape there and the book, you can see it is a considerable size model piece. This is one of my favourites as models go within the horror memorabilia, and I love everything about this. I think it is a fantastic and superb piece that has been made. As you can see with the crates, although in the movie the does devour quite a few people and you would expect to be seeing a lot of blood. In the movie itself, when you see Fluffy close up and he's opening his jawline, you see more of a translucent sort of saliva based liquid dripping from his mouth rather than lots of blood. In this particular model, I did actually ask Angela to rather refrain from the blood on there. I wanted to keep it quite unique and quite back to its originality, without all the blood everywhere, and I think it sort of defines the character a lot more. Obviously there would be a couple of padlocks on the chains there, which we can always add at a later date. They're quite easy to obtain should I want to put those on. But as in all, as a review for this, I'd certainly give this 10 out of 10. It's just amazing. Angela has done a fantastic job. Spent a lot of time with this. I did have conversations with Angela about getting the contour of the face correct. I do find with a lot of models these days, I have looked on the internet, some of them don't appear as good. Although they are great pieces, I think sometimes they do fail when it comes to around the eyes, the eyebrow, and especially around the mouth and teeth area. That's where I think a lot of models do get let down. But on this particular one, I couldn't be more pleased. I think it's an awesome job. It really does look the piece, and from the original film, I think you couldn't get much more close, unless you bought the actual original item from the movie itself. So in all, certainly like to say thank you to Angela for all her hard work and every effort she's put into this. It has really done me proud, and certainly will sit very proudly amongst all my other horror items and memorabilia that I have got. And just to add to the effect, as you can see, Angela has also added the blue and red lighting as in the film when you see Fluffy coming out. The dynamic colours that George A. Romero and Stephen King used to bring the characters to life. And his eyes are actually looking pretty demonic, looking towards me there. He's looking quite menacing, as if he's just about to pounce out on me. So I'm quite liking the way he's looking at me like that. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So all in all, I'm very pleased with this. I couldn't thank Angela enough for all the work she's done. And there we go. There you have. Here he is, Fluffy, in his crate, ready to pounce out and have his next victim. Who knows? Could be you.